What happened to this girl is in my top 3 worst fears ever, and I'm not even exaggerating. Angela Hammond was 20 years old, engaged to the guy she'd grown up with, living in a small, quiet town in Missouri where nothing really ever happened. And on the night of April 4th, 1991, nothing was supposed to happen. Until it did. So earlier in the evening, Angela and Rob, her fiance, had spent some time at a cookout with a few friends. Nothing unusual, just a normal Friday night out, and when it was over, she dropped him off at his house at around 10 o'clock. Told him that she would call him in a couple of hours, and she headed back out. I'm not too sure where she headed, maybe to hang out with the girls again, who knows. But an hour later, just like she promised, Angie called him from a payphone in the middle of town. Now, standing outside in the middle of the night is basically asking for danger in today's time. But that wasn't the case for Angela's world. She lived in a small, quiet town where everybody knew everybody, and the worst thing that could happen to you was accidentally dating your third cousin. So she stood there at that payphone, laughing, talking to her fiance, just enjoying the last bit of her night before she had to go home. But then she said something. There's a truck that keeps circling the block. It's like an older model Ford, and it's green. I'm not worried or anything. I just don't know what they're doing. And for a minute, it really does seem like nothing. Just a truck on a quiet street. Rob isn't worried. Angie isn't worried. So they just keep talking. But then the truck slows down right in front of her. It pulls over and it parks next to the phone booth, and the door opens. The man who steps out is this big bearded guy with glasses, overalls, and he walks straight over to the bank of payphones right beside Angela and picks one up. And Angela, still on the phone with Rob, is watching him out of the corner of her eye, describing everything in real time. Her voice is calm, almost casual, and then she notices the flashlight. He pulled out a flashlight and he's looking at something in the dark, something she can't quite make out. So Rob tells her, just ask the guy if he needs to use the phone. Maybe the one that he picked was broken. So she does. She leans over and asks the man if he needs to use the phone. But the man just looks at her and says, no, it's okay. I'll just try again in a minute. And so Angela turns back to Rob, but the man is still there, still not using any of the phones, just standing there. But she minds her own business and she keeps talking to him. She's telling Rob about how much, and then a scream tears through the phone. The most harrowing sound Rob has ever heard. And before he could even get her name out, before he could ask if she's okay, the line goes dead. Before Rob could even consciously decide to move, his body is running straight out the front door. He's in his car. He's absolutely flooring it towards that payphone as fast as he can go. And he's probably thinking, 7 blocks, that's it. She's 7 blocks away. I know exactly where she is. I will find you, Angela. And then all of a sudden, a pickup truck comes blasting past him in the other direction, going way too fast. And before Rob could even fully process what he's looking at, somebody inside that truck leans out the window and screams his name. Robbie! And so he knows before the word even finishes leaving her mouth. That's Angela. Rob desperately throws the car into reverse. He spins around and he goes. He gets the truck back into his sights. He's chasing it through the streets of Clinton. He can see the brake lights. He is right there. He is 2 miles behind it. He has it. He is not letting this go. And then he feels it. The car losing power underneath him, because that reverse, that hard, panicked, everything on the line reverse, it damaged the transmission and now it's dying. He can feel his car slowing down as he hopelessly stares at the pickup truck speeding up. And within a matter of seconds, the truck pulls off the road into the dark, and all Rob can see is the dust cloud it left behind. He sat there in this car for God knows how long, staring at the dark, blaming himself. Why did you give out? I was right there. I was right behind him. She was right there. 2 miles. He had the guy for 2 miles, and then his car died, the man disappeared, and Angela was gone. Wow, that was heavy. Okay. When word gets out that Angela Hammond had been taken, the entire town turned itself inside out. Police, civilians, search parties combing every road on foot and from air. Investigators are running every registered vehicle, matching the description of what Rob reported. Late 60s, two-toned Ford pickup, and they came up with 1,600 possibilities. 1,600 trucks that get checked one by one, and not a single one matches. And so at a certain point, when the search starts coming up cold, and the only person who could actually place that truck at the scene is Rob himself, the investigation turns in a direction that Rob probably saw coming, because, I mean, it always does. People start wondering if maybe the fiance had something to do with it. So the police department start looking closely at Rob's story, and within a week, they clear him completely. Angela's mother, Marcia Cook, said that she never once doubted him for a second. I mean, she'd known the kid his entire life, but Rob still carries it with him anyways, because the thing he can't shake isn't whether people blame him, it's that he was 2 miles behind that truck. He was almost there. He almost reached her. And then he wasn't. As of right now, no truck was ever found. No suspect has been publicly named, and Rob Schaefer grows up and keeps living in a world where he still doesn't know what happened to the woman that he loved at 20 years old. I truly hope that one day her family can get some answers. That is all for today. Please be cautious, be aware of your surroundings, carry protection. I love you guys. Mwah. Group hug.